Okay, it's the Against the Spread podcast coming to you live on a Monday evening. It's John and Dan. Dan, how's your day going?
Going great. Happy to be back casting, doing this more often now. It's good. Special edition here. I'm excited. Let's go.
Perfect. Special edition here. We're going to completely steal from Bill Simmons and Cousin Sal and do a Guess the Lines. So every week, on Monday, I think, they look at the slate without looking at the lines, guess what they think the line is, and then they see who comes closer and they just go over the game. So it's a good concept. I love listening to it, and we are significantly less talented than those two, but I mean, we probably win as much as they do, because who knows. And speaking of winning, I believe you had a win last night.
I kind of missed what you were saying there. I just wanted to chime in. We're also significantly better looking than those two, so
we are better looking than those two. Definitely Cousin Sal. Simmons is a bit of a looker. And I was saying you had a win last night.
I got a real lucky win last night. I put together a parlay with the Monday Night Football game, the side and the total, as well as the World Series game side and total. Took Denver, took the under there, and then got super lucky in extra innings with the Royals and the over.
That's a good hit. You caught a live one, my friend.
That's right.
I like the Mets, but the Royals were definitely the play. They had the heart. They had the heart all series and contact. They'll contact you to death. So I'm glad.
Team of destiny, baby. Dirt dogs.
Right. They're all dirt dogs. Fucking Hosmer. A great base running play. So good win by you. Hopefully you keep that rolling. Hopefully I can get some of that good luck too. So let's get right into these games. So I don't know what order you have them in, but we're going to go by my order. But I would imagine you have this game first, the Thursday night game, Cleveland-Cincy.
Yeah, all right. So I wrote down Cincy minus 7.5. I just look at this game. Browns QB situation is just totally up in the air. You don't know what you're getting week to week with that. Cincy coming off of a struggle, but got the win in Pittsburgh, or at home. Were they in Pittsburgh?
They were in Pittsburgh, yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, they keep rolling. I think just over the TD is where they set this line. What did you write?
Well, we talk about gambling together way too much. I had 7.5. We're both pretty far away from this one. It's 10.5. So
Samsonite, I was way off.
So nice. So Cleveland is getting no respect, and Cincy's getting a lot of respect. I mean, they're home Thursday. You think Cleveland probably won't be as prepared as Cincy, maybe? I think Cincy has a better. These Thursday games are always strange. Like the Pats last week, it was all about being prepared, and that's why you hammer the Pats in those type of games. This game, I don't know. I thought 7.5 seemed right, so I guess it seems like we like Cleveland. I mean, I don't ever want to say that I like Cleveland.
I'd never bet Cleveland here, but I mean,
10.5.
I don't know. I mean, 10.5 is a lot.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. All right, so we're tied right now, and we were an entire field goal off that game. So I think that's a pretty large amount to be off. So I'm just going to write down a little T next to that one, because we're going to keep score. All right, next game on my slate is Miami-Buffalo. So I don't know where that is for you. The Dolphins are at the Bills. AFC East battle. What do you got?
I wrote down Pick'em for this game. I mean, Miami looked awful on Thursday against the Patriots, but they got a lot of rest. But Buffalo has also been horrendous lately. So I figured, home team normally gets the 3-point edge, and then you go from there. So I figured Miami maybe is a little bit better because they looked good other than playing New England. I don't know. This game kind of tied my brain in a pretzel, so let me hear what you put.
Yeah, I'm going to get this one. I had Buffalo by 2.5, and it's actually 3. Bills are favored.
Okay. Oh, it's Buffalo minus 3?
Yeah, so
okay.
It's the home field thing. That's all it is.
Yeah,
and it's these
exactly
crappy AFC East teams,
Yeah. It's the home team minus the 3. Vegas kind of got lazy on this, I feel like. They said two shitty division teams. We're just going to put it at what that standard go-to is.
Right. But that makes sense in all these. Maybe less so with the Jets this year, but I feel like in prior years, like AFC East, like this is the type of game that is a pick 'em, and then the home team gets a little like. That's why I thought 2.5. I think 3 is a bit much. I think it's going to be tight, but yeah, I mean Miami looked so bad against the Pats. Like that new, like I was trying to say, that new coach like magic can only last for so long. At least I think.
Yeah, no, I agree there, but that was the Pats, man. Like that, I feel like if they're in a whole nother league, and like you can't even, you have to take that with a grain of,
True.
Like
look at how the Bills played the Pats.
But that was earlier. Like we're rolling now.
I know it's different now, and the Pats kind of did dominate that game. But you're right, that was week 2. If you're looking at week 2 and making decisions based off that, you're in a world of trouble.
Plus, is Tyrod Taylor coming back, or is
I don't know.
Emmanuel still there? Yeah. So I mean, a lot of things up in the air. That's why I leaned Miami there, and I'm definitely leaning Miami on this game.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Maybe could be a perfect teaser for you. Could start a teaser for you, taking 9 points here.
Oh, I love that. Crossing both thresholds, baby.
Yep. Okay, cool. So that's that game. The next one is a great game. Green Bay, Carolina. So this line wasn't on covers, but I found it somewhere else. It wasn't on covers because Carolina plays tonight. We're recording this Monday night. But I did find a line for this, so I'm assuming you guessed it, even though we haven't seen Carolina. What do you think?
Well, I wrote down depends on tonight, and I figured there wouldn't be a line. There's
2 games without lines. I should have said that. But
Denver and Indy's the other one?
Actually, nope. I forgot to say. So I actually went rogue and found lines on these games on it looked like a decently legit site. The one game there isn't a line for is Jacksonville Jets because the Jets QB.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to just go top of the head here. Having not seen Carolina tonight, a ton of it is going to depend on that. How they look against Indy tonight, because I think this is a big game tonight. This is a big game for both teams tonight, obviously. Green Bay looked bad last night, but that Denver defense is just.
The Denver defense is good. You're frozen right now, so that's all right. Well, I'll talk to it. Hey, Dan.
Hey, am I back?
You're back. So Denver D looked good. You were saying.
Denver D looked great. I think they're going to make any team look bad. This is a real tough one. I'm going to say Green Bay -1.
We are so similar. I have Green Bay -1. They're actually 3-point favorites.
Okay.
Surprising. I mean, like you said, that'll shift if Carolina looks real good tonight. If they look real bad tonight, I don't know. I mean, they have all these teams have a pretty large body of work. So one game shouldn't kill a team. 3 seems
it's true.
I don't know.
It's true. It's funny how when you talk about power rankings or something like that, and it's who's the best team in the league, and people are saying Green Bay, and now that Green Bay lost to Denver last night, everybody's it can't be Green Bay anymore. It's one game really changes everything from the entire course of the year so far.
Right.
I understand it's 2 undefeated teams and everything, but I don't know. It's funny how quickly people jump on or off of a team like that.
Agreed. And yeah, people got to slow their roll there because like you said, Denver's D is absurd. They were on the road. Rodgers looked real bad, but it's one game. It's the NFL. It's tough to base it up week by week.
Here's the thing. The weather was beautiful last night.
I was saying that. That's so good for Peyton. And when the Pats go to Denver after Thanksgiving, it's got to be colder.
Once it starts getting chilly, baby, Manning just...
Yep. Global warming helps Manning. He's probably behind it somehow because he can't play in cold. So
him and Al Gore, buddies for life.
Right. So all right. Well, we tied that one. So we've done 3 games and we've tied 2 of them. Next one, St. Louis, Minnesota. This is a tough one. I don't think we're going to tie this one. What do you think about this?
This one is tough. Both of them coming off of nice wins last week, or this past yesterday, whatever. I have Minnesota -3.5.
Wow. So we both. Oh wait. Oh no. I misread this. Okay, you get this one. Because I had St. Louis by 3. I don't believe in Minnesota. and it's 2.5. Minnesota's favored by 2.5, so I was 5.5 points off.
I do believe, I'm starting to believe in Minnesota. Full disclosure, I bet on the Bears, and I took them +2. They lost by the field goal.
Yeah.
That was kind of heartbreak city. I think they were winning by 10 in the fourth quarter there. But yeah, no, Minnesota impressed me. Bridgewater, this kid, Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
5th rounder, rookie, looking real good.
You got a school on him? I don't have it, but I feel like I should have it. It's embarrassing to not have it live.
I feel like I should have it too, but I don't.
Whatever. But yeah, no, I think they're soft, dude. Minnesota, they just, I don't know. I'm not impressed by that 5-2 number. They're home, but I don't know. I'm more of a believer in the Rams than I am the Vikings there, so I definitely like taking the points here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm wishy-washy on this one. So you said it's 2.5?
Yeah, so Minnesota right now is favored by 2.5. And you guessed 3.5, which is, I think, a pretty good guess, because I had trouble with this game.
Yeah. No, this one was tough, for sure. But, like I said, Bridgewater clicking, Diggs looking good, AP starting to really get his feet under him.
Yeah.
And that defense is good. There was questions about them. There's been a couple of injuries, but they've been looking good.
Yeah, I don't know what the total is, but I definitely like the under. It's probably really low.
Yeah. St. Louis doesn't have other than Tavon Austin and the quick dump off, they don't have a down the field passing game.
Right. Gurley's the down the field player. He just runs over everyone. He's awesome.
Gurley's just their everything.
Right. And Diggs went to Maryland. I did not have that. I thought it was like an SEC school.
I wish you didn't. I was just about to say I think he was a Terp.
I can't give you any credit.
No credit for that.
All right, next game we go to Foxborough, Washington, New England. It's gonna be, I don't know. I'll let you go. What'd you guess?
Pats are obviously a heavy favorite over a touchdown. I wrote down Patriots -12. Weird number. I didn't think it would be all the way up to 2 TDs. Now that you said Cincy's a 10.5-point favorite over Cleveland, I don't know, it's tough. Washington coming off bye week, coming off of a big win against Tampa, but I wrote New England -12.
You're gonna get this. I said 17. I guess I'm just a homer. It's 14.
Oh, so, it is 14?
Yeah, so I was 3 off and you were 2 off, so you get that. I don't know. I love the Pats at 14. I think it's going to move up, but I don't know. Everyone's going to bet the Pats. Who's going to bet on the Redskins in Foxborough?
No one, but this is one of those games where it's New
They've
England
had 3 backdoor covers. The Pats' opponents have had 3 backdoor covers.
This is exactly one of those games where we'll be dominating the whole thing and we'll end up winning 34-24 somehow.
Right, some bull crap at the end that really sucks for everyone.
Yeah.
Another game that was probably great to tease. Even if it's 14, take it to 8. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I could see that. If you can get it down to 7.
Right.
If somehow, some way, you can...
Yeah, maybe a sweetheart tease or something, but if you're trying to get sexy with 6 or 6.5, I don't like teasing it to the number 7 exactly, because then the push is so open, and then I don't want to tease it. I don't want to push a leg in a teaser. It's just that. Yeah,
that pushes the entire teaser, right?
Right. If you do it 2, it would ruin it. If you do 3, it's just I don't know. I'm just a gambler. I like to gamble, so I always go with the hook.
Teasers are it depends, because some sites you can't do a 3-team 6-point tease. They make you do a 10-point tease if you're going 3, and then it's an auto push no matter what,
Right.
If anything pushes it, the whole thing pushes. So some sites are different about those type of things.
Right. Yeah, our old site was like that, and then our current site, you can do a 10-team teaser at 6 points if you want. I don't know what the odds are. I feel like the more teams you put in, the worse the odds get.
Probably awful. I don't even know how to do the math enough to figure that out, but it's probably awful.
Right, I have no idea. Well, because the way they do it is every team at a 6-point teaser is -240. I think that's how it works. So it's a parlay with 2 -240 teams.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Or maybe 2.
Yes, that's fair.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like the odds with like 7 teams, I'm just making up numbers, with 7 teams, or with like 5 teams, it'll be like 10-1, and then with 6 teams, it's like 12-1. It's just like not worth it. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, you're up 2-1. Next game, Tennessee at New Orleans. So there's still questions with Mariota. I had to get this from a sketchy place. So what do you think?
All right. Because of the questions with Mariota, I mean, Mettenberger can't do anything. He's not a good quarterback. He's like every other quarterback that's ever come out of LSU, I think, which is bad. Other than, I think Rohan Davey might have gone there.
He did.
Okay, so other than Davey, because he's the man.
He's our boy.
He's our boy. So, yeah, other than that, every other quarterback out of LSU ever sucks. Yeah, New Orleans coming off of offensive, like, crazy game.
Yeah.
Drew Brees tying the touchdown record. I'm almost starting to want to even increase what I said a little bit more right now, but I wrote New Orleans -6.
Yeah, we tie again. And you have the right idea to want to increase it because it's actually 8.5. I guess Mettenberger really is bad. I didn't see him play yesterday, but I know he didn't play well. And
no, he looked awful. I mean, I only saw a tiny bit of it, but
yeah. So we said 6, but I feel like we both kind of agree that we were wrong when we guessed 6.
Yeah.
Over a touchdown seems right to me.
Yeah, I agree. I wish I changed that on the fly and got that point. Wait, so how many games? So out of the 6 games we've gone over, we've guessed the same number 3 times.
Yep. So we've done 6 games. You got 2, I got 1, and we tied 3 times. Unbelievable. So the tie is actually winning right now.
It's like when you bet on European soccer matches and you have to
right.
do
if you took
either side or the tie.
Right. The
draw.
The 3-way draw. 3-way betting. Yeah, so we tie a lot, and we just talk to each other about bets. I don't really I do talk to other people about bets. That's not true. But we really get into talking about bets, and we really handicap games together, basically almost every day. So
yeah, we probably got a group think thing going on. It's probably bad that we just have the same brain basically.
Right, I've formed your thoughts. You've I'm in your brain. You're in my brain. It's fucking girls on the same period cycle. We just fucking think the same shit. So that's that. Next is Oakland, Pittsburgh. Because like I said, Jacksonville Jets we don't have a number. Do you want to just say what you guessed? It's kind of possible without the QB.
I said Jets -3.
That's exactly what I said. All right, so we got another tie. I guess you still count that as a tie. Unbelievable. All right, Oakland, Pittsburgh. The Raiders go to Pittsburgh. What do you have here?
Okay, so you know my thoughts on the Raiders. I'm a big Raiders bandwagon fan this year. That was my bold prediction at the start of the year. Riding that all the way through. I think they look really good. I think Carr looks good. But I think the odds makers and the public at large are infatuated with Big Ben. He looked awful, but him coming back is a big thing. Now, Bell going down, I don't know, maybe that balances it out a little bit. Pittsburgh at home, I feel like there's a tendency for people to lean that way. So I put it just above the 3-point home advantage, and I said Pittsburgh -4 for this one.
Really? All right, we're gonna split this one. I said -7. It's 5.5. Right? That's a split, I think. So it's not high, but it's a split.
Are we, if we're doing Price is Right style, I think I get that? Or?
That's true. You would get that Price is Right, but, actually no, because I said more negative, so you actually were above it. So
that is a stretch. That is tying my brain in knots.
Yeah, my head's spinning. 5.5. I mean, strange number. I'm not sure really what to think about 5.5, because Pittsburgh, I mean, Big Ben, like you said, Big Ben's back, Bell's out. Oakland looked really good last week. I mean, I kind of like Oakland, but like you said, then I think about the home team. Pittsburgh's home, Ben's second week. This is a game that has my brain in a pretzel, big time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going Oakland here. I, first of all, am a big believer in them, and secondly, I'm not a big believer in Pittsburgh. I think, Ben, he had there was a stat, like, he's been injured and out for, like, multiple games 6 times in his career. Coming back off of that, he was 2-4 against the spread. So it was pretty anticipated, and that's why Cincy was my lock of the week last week. Thankfully, that came home at the very end.
Right.
Smashed that one. But, yeah, so, I don't know. It's a tough call. Like I said, Pittsburgh gets the respect because they are the Steelers. They're at home, and Roethlisberger's likely a future Hall of Fame quarterback. But I still think he needs time to get reacclimated to the offense, and I think 5.5 is too much on this one.
If I were to tease it, I would definitely take Oakland, though, because I feel like Oakland has a chance of maybe winning this game. So I wouldn't tease it to Pittsburgh like at a pick'em, but 11.5 seems like a lot.
Yeah.
But
yep, I like that.
Yeah, I don't really like that game that much. So, all right, next is Atlanta at San Fran. I think that's the last 1:00 game. Maybe not. Maybe there's 2. Atlanta, San Fran. What'd you have?
I may have let yesterday's game affect me too much on this line with Atlanta. I'm almost wanting to change this, but I'm gonna just say what I wrote down, even though I think it's gonna be more. But I wrote down San Fran plus 4.5. Now I think it's probably gonna end up being more because Atlanta. I mean, they have a winning record, but they don't look good. They losing to the Bucs yesterday. Then again, San Fran looks awful. People are calling for Kaepernick to get benched. Like, there's all sorts of turmoil there. So this line might be all the way up to 7 or something.
All right, I'm gonna get this one. I said 5, and it's 5.5.
Okay. But I wasn't that far off.
You weren't that far off, and yeah, Atlanta seems like frauds. I mean, I've kind of been thinking it the past few weeks. Like, they squeaked out a win against Washington. They lost to New Orleans. Last week they looked bad, or yesterday they looked bad against Tampa Bay for sure. They looked terrible.
I want to say, I think the NFC South is 100% up for grabs. I could see Panthers are 6-0 right now. Atlanta started the season 6-1, whatever, and the Saints and the Bucks were way down there. But I honestly could see any team winning. I could see the Panthers end up 8-8. I could see any team doing anything in that division. So
I like Carolina. I mean, I don't know. Carolina's got a legit defense, and Cam Newton's playing well. I don't know. I think Carolina's the class of that division. Obviously, they're undefeated. But yeah, the rest of the teams stink. The Falcons are just as good as the Saints and the Bucks. I think the Saints might be better than the Falcons. I don't know. But I think I'm a little higher on Carolina than you. And then San Fran at home, 5.5, 5 actually. That's tough. San Fran looked like crap this past week. So I don't really know how to read them. I think they're better at home. 5.5 or 5. I kind of like San Fran, to be honest, just because I don't believe in Atlanta on the road. But I feel like that might be when they come out and score a bunch of points. So who knows?
They look so bad. San Fran looked so bad last week that I could see the public betting Atlanta up. I would wait on this game if I was thinking about backing San Fran, and I could see this going up to 6.5 maybe. Buy it up to a full touchdown.
Yeah.
You get a home dog. You get a touchdown in the NFL at home. You take that every day.
No, that's a good point. The only
day of the
thing
week and twice on Sunday.
Right, but Atlanta looked bad too last week. That's the only thing. People might be off that train, but you're right, and people like favorites, so I could see this going up too. It'll probably go up as opposed. I would bet on it going up versus going down.
Yeah.
All right. Giants are at the Bucks. Giants coming off a tough loss. Bucks coming off, like we just said, a nice win. I hit this one exact. We're tied up, so you're going to need to hit this exact.
Oh, baby. All right. Like you said, Giants coming off a loss, Bucks coming off a win, but I feel like the names themselves, people don't respect the Bucks. They've been a shit franchise for a while, ever since Gruden left. I have the Bucks as a home dog here. I have the Bucks getting 2.
2.5. Close though. We were both right around it. That's a good one. That gives me the lead 3-2. Yeah, I mean, I like the Bucks here big time. I like the Bucks here very big. Especially, this is like a perfect teaser. Like, 2.5 to 8.5, the Bucks at home, like, that might be my play this week, is teasing the Bucks with, I'll go back and listen to this and whatever else we like to tease, but I really like
I think it was
the Bucks.
Rams, maybe? Tease the Rams up? Is that what?
The
Did we say
Rams
that?
up. That's right. Definitely the Rams up to 8.5. Bucks. We had a few other ones in there. Maybe Raiders. Definitely Patriots. Yeah, I mean, the Giants are just so hot and cold, you just don't know who you're going to get. And I feel like Winston's improving. Like, he looked really good against Atlanta.
Winston is looking a lot better. This is, he's going to be something, like, he's actually going to be good at some point.
He's so poised out there. Like, he looks like and I said that when he was coming into the league, even though he started bad, he looks like an NFL quarterback. He's so poised. He, like, I love his body language. Like, he's awesome. I'm always going to be a big Jameis Winston fan.
I think he's really coming into his own. I think Tampa Bay has a decently bright future ahead of them. They got a young defensive core, David there in the middle at linebacker.
Yeah.
I think they have potential. They got Evans on the outside. It depends on how healthy is Vincent Jackson. Is he coming back next week or?
I don't know. Good question.
Yeah. So yeah, because they lost their third. I forget who their third receiver is, but they lost him for the year week before this one.
Was it Safari and Jenkins or whatever?
Well, that's their tight end, and
right.
He's been out and coming back. So he's been like in and out, but. Whoever their slot receiver went down for the year with like some sort of lower body injury.
Yeah. No, Tampa was a sexy pick coming into this year, and it hasn't really panned out. But yeah, for sure, they have upside with Winston, I think.
Yep.
All right, next is Denver Indy. So we just saw Denver play last night. They look great. They travel to Indy, who plays tonight. So we don't fully know about this one, but. Manning returns to Indy. He's been there before. I'm sure the fans are going to be going nuts for him. I
think from what we found out while we were in Indy, I think the fans are going to be mostly rooting for Denver in this one.
I'm pretty sure they're probably giving up on Indy. Actually, we know they've given up on Indy from what they saw. If Indy loses tonight, they're going to be rooting for Denver. That is a fact.
Yeah, no doubt. There'll be more Peyton Manning jerseys than anything else.
Yeah, probably Peyton Manning Bronco jerseys.
Yeah, exactly.
So what'd you guess for a line?
So, again, I wrote down depends on tonight, but I thought about it in case you were able to come up with a rogue line here. And I'm going to say Denver is a 3-point favorite.
You hit it exact. I said 4. But yeah, it's 3. I guess Indy gets that respect, but I mean... Wow. Why did you say 3? Why didn't you say higher? Like, what makes you think it's going to be 3? Because that's what it is. I'm just curious.
I'm still sneaky on the until I see them get blown out tonight, probably by Carolina. I'm still sneaky on the I don't know. I can't shake them for some reason. They're supposed to be good. Their division is so bad that it like almost makes them look better. I don't know because. I think they've only won division games. I think they've only beat the Jags, the Titans, and whoever the heck other shitty team, Texans.
That's insider info. Right? That's great info. Yeah, that's tough.
I'm pretty sure that's their 3 wins, and they just lose to everybody else. So they might get smacked around tonight, and this line could shoot up to like 5, 6, 7, somewhere in that range. Somehow, some way, I'm still riding that faith in the Colts. Andrew Luck. I don't know. He's looked better from a numbers perspective, but he still can't, rally the team together. They got all sorts of problems. They're cheating, like hiding
Ribsgate.
injuries. What's that?
Ribsgate.
Ribsgate.
So
sounds like a restaurant.
I know. I'm actually starving right now too. I hope now thinking about this more. I hope that Indy keeps it close or even wins tonight because I want this line where it is because I want Denver big.
I really like the sound of that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, but 3, 4, not a teaser. Like, I'm talking, I think Denver's going to win this game by over a touchdown for sure. So if it's under a touchdown, I really do like Denver here.
should we segue to tonight's game real quick, or keep going with the Guess the Lines?
Well, go ahead. I mean, we got 2 more games, but what do you got?
You can probably guess where my head's at on this. I talked about how I'm not quite a big believer in Carolina yet for some reason, and for some reason I'm still riding with Indy, despite all their struggles. So I like Indy tonight. I know everybody's on Carolina, and as they should be, they're still undefeated, but I think tonight's the night. I think Indy puts it all together, and I think they go in. Carolina is a pretty tough place to play. It's not notorious for that, but just from firsthand seeing it there, when the refs screwed us out of that win 2 years back. I lean Indy tonight, and actually I think there's value in Indy on the money line at plus 200.
Do you think there's any correlation between Indy winning and the over or the under, or could it? I mean, Carolina's D is legit. I was gonna say if Indy wins, it might go over, but maybe not. I don't know. It's 45, 46.
Yeah, I saw 46. That's tough. Indy's supposed to have a good offense. Carolina definitely has a good defense. Carolina's receiving core is so banged up that I don't trust their offense, but somehow Cam still gets points on the board, and Indy's D is really bad. So it's kind of it's strength versus strength when Indy has the ball.
Right. I hate the total, dude. And Monday night, some shit's gonna go down with the total. I don't know, but I love the Indy pick. I like the pick. We'll see what happens. All right, so you're on Indy tonight, and I think we're both probably on Denver next week. I know I'm on Denver next week. We'll see what you are. All right, so Sunday night, NFC East.
Quick recap. Where are we at with this?
We are tied, my friend. So you have 3, I have 3. We pushed that Oakland-Pittsburgh game reverse ways, and then we tied 3. So everything's tied. 3, 3, and 3.
All right.
So Philly-Dallas. Sunday Night Football, Dallas at home, Matt Castle at quarterback, kind of looking good. I kind of like Dallas. What do you think?
Dallas kept it close with Seattle, but did you watch that game?
Yeah, it was a weird game.
Because Castle wasn't looking good. It was Dallas's defense was making Seattle look bad. Seattle's a fraud. Seattle is not a good team this year.
I saw Castle run for 200 yards. I didn't really watch the whole game, but he had a lot of long runs.
Castle was scrambling like crazy, and it was fun to watch. But if you watch the last drive,
no, I didn't.
Rewatch the last drive. When they're down by 1, all they need to do is get into field goal range. No urgency, and he is just missing throws and taking sacks, and just looking like he has no business being out there.
Yeah.
So, all that being said, granted, love Matt Castle forever, 08, leading us to that 11-5 record, probably the best, underrated the best coaching job Bill Belichick has ever done.
For sure, and probably the best non-playoff team in NFL history.
Yep, oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, with all that said, I think Dallas is nothing until Romo gets back. Philly's coming off the bye, so they got time to prepare. I factored that in, and with all of that, and Philly's still getting respect from the odds makers. I feel like every week their value has been more inflated. I haven't looked at the against the spread numbers, but I bet you they're bad against the spread this year because their value has been overinflated each week. Long-winded answer, but I came up with Dallas plus 3.
You hit it exact, and I heard you talking about it, and I was like, oh, Dan's definitely going to get this one. I had Dallas plus 1, Philly minus 1. I guess I didn't really watch the Cowboys game too closely. It seems like you did. I thought they looked better than they did. I guess they didn't look that good. I don't know. I like Castle, and I don't like Philly. And Dallas is home at Sunday night. I like Dallas to just come out and win this game. I don't know. I don't trust Philly. But you definitely nailed the analysis of where the spread's going to be.
Do you have an over-under on that right now?
I'm going to get it right now. Why? What's your thoughts?
Dallas' D looked really good. Then again, like I said, Seattle's just a bunch of frauds. Their offense can't do anything. But Dallas' D looked good against them yesterday. Philly, I feel like their offense is a fraud too.
What do you
I
guess
would
it is?
lean under in this game.
What do you guess? What do you guess that it is?
44.
Yeah, 44.5. Dan, you're doing well today, my friend.
All right. I'd go under in that. Early lean is under there.
Sunday night games are freaky though, but yeah, I hear you. I like that. I don't really have too big of thoughts on that game to be honest, but I'll follow your coattails. You're hot with Sunday night football. You smashed the side end total last night. All right, so you're up 4-3. I need to win this to salvage a tie. I'm not feeling good about winning right now because I didn't come too close here. Chicago at San Diego, Monday Night Football.
I had no idea about this game. They both these teams lost by a field goal this weekend. This is a tough one.
I thought so.
I just went with the standard home team 3-point favorites. So I have San Diego -3.
All right, you get this one. You win by 2. I, for whatever reason, so it's 4, and I really thought it was going to be like even more than that because I really don't like Chicago. They looked so bad against Minnesota, even though they were winning. I don't know. I was watching Red Zone, and I feel like I never saw a single good Bears play, but I know they were like up by 10 at one point. San Diego, I probably shouldn't have went as high as I did. I said 6. I don't really have too many thoughts on this. I hate to end with a thud, or opposite of a, what would you say, end with a thud?
Dud?
A dud, but I don't like this game at all. It's Monday Night Football. I'm going to bet it, but I fucking hate it.
I mean, we're fucking hammering it, but...
Yeah, we're going to hammer it for sure.
Both of these teams are confusing to me. They seem like they should, I feel like Phillip Rivers and Jay Cutler are like the same quarterback. They're like, maybe not their playing style exactly, but they're like, they're right in that middle tier of quarterbacks where they'll never be good enough, like them two, probably throw Stafford in there.
Stafford
a few
works.
other. Yeah, well, I mean, depends. But, probably a few other guys, just like guys that are legit quarterbacks, it's not like you're fucking Matt Castles.
What about Flacco? Is Flacco in that class, or is he a cut above?
I would put him in that class. He won the Super Bowl, but,
I'm Team Rivers. I just like his grit. I like Phillip Rivers' grit. I like he's a little bitch, but I don't care. I like his grit. He tries his hardest. He leaves it all out on the field, and that's all I ask for in a quarterback. I don't know. I think I've said it before, but I'm a Phillip Rivers guy, even though he's not good, but I'm a Phillip Rivers guy.
I know Rivers has like 10 kids.
8. He just had his 8th kid. 3 more for a full offense.
Yeah, he's not like I don't know. I'm going to tiptoe a line here. He's not like one of those guys that
he's not Cromartie.
Yeah, he's not Cromartie. He doesn't have illegitimate kids and can't name them and stuff. So basically, what I'm getting at here is Cuddy's just out there with that Laguna Beach chick, like, doing his thing. Whereas Rivers has got to be taken care of, changing all these diapers. He's got other things on his mind. I feel like San Diego is just, he's going surfing. I'm never going to trust the Chargers to do anything. So
that's an awesome point. Cutler in San Diego, he must fucking love it out there.
Right?
Oh, man. All right. New lock is Chicago. So they're +4. So, okay. Here's the tease. Going to take Chicago up to 10. I'm not going to put Denver in the tease because I just love them against the spread. But I'm going to bring I'm going to bring the Bears up to 10. I'm going to bring the Bucks up to 8.5. I'm going to bring the Pats down to 8. And I'm going to bring the Rams up to whatever it is. 8.5.
I love it.
Yeah, there's probably more where that came from, but I don't want to be quiet for 45 seconds looking at this slate. What do you think? What are some of your best bets?
Just initial thoughts. We kind of covered some of them going down through it. I do love the Rams and the Bucks numbers to tease up because you like we said, you cross that 3 and the 7.
That's the best tease. Those two are a really good tease. Right.
It's by far. I mean, anytime you have a team that's between +1 and +2.5, and you can get it up over a touchdown, or vice versa, if you have a team that's favored by just over a touchdown and you can take it down under a field goal, those are the best type of teases to do.
But wait a minute. Doesn't Vegas know that? Vegas knows everything. So they might put that number there because of guys like us trying to get an edge.
Well, they do, and actually like I said, there's more research that needs to be done by us on teasers and what sites we're working with and what other, because I know that there are some places where, so I was reading up on this whole logic about something called Wong teasers.
I know what you're going to say.
With like a couple years back, this whole line of thinking came out where you could, if you find games in those exact windows, any which way you want, you tease those down across the 3 and the 7, and the books hadn't shifted the odds enough, so it was profitable. I can't get too.
If you do it all NFL season, you make money, guaranteed.
Exactly.
But don't some of the books like bump up the juice now?
So now some of them do different things to change it or to deter people from that. But I don't know if ours does. Or I'm sure ours just like is already built in a way to fuck us.
That's what it is. Ours sucks, but no, yeah, it is interesting. But I just feel like they always know we're not smarter than them. And like I follow these guys on Twitter, and we're going long, so we'll have to end this. But I follow these guys on Twitter that read like, or that be like, oh, sharp action here, and it's like actual like bookies that are saying the sharp. Who's to say they're not telling us that? So we'll be the suckers that say, oh, sharps are on Purdue, let's bet them, and then they fucking lose by 40.
I was just gonna say that if they can get all the public to think that the sharps are on one thing, and then the public becomes on that, drives the line up, and then they slide in.
I guarantee you that definitely happens.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No doubt about it.
No doubt about it. So we got to be smart. I love the idea. We're always thinking. It's always good. We're always evolving as gamblers, but we got to be smart. We got to know that Vegas. The way to beat Vegas is to know that they're smarter than you, and then you act accordingly. At least that's my thoughts.
Exactly.
But there's definitely money to be made by researching and all that good stuff. So all right, Dan, good takes today. Congrats on your victory. I had fun doing this. Maybe we can try and do this more often because this was a good cast.
Absolutely. I love this. Let's make it happen again.
Let's do it. All right, so hopefully the Colts win tonight. So I guess we'll say go Colts.
Go Colts.